Welcome back. You're watching The Money Show on ET Now. And this time around in our Spend with TMS segment, I'm going to be talking about a topic that may be on a lot of you guys' minds, especially since it is the season of weddings. So I'm talking about jewelry. Big investments. So many of you guys may be considering that, hey, why not I start right now to save up for it. Enter the schemes by jewelry stores that promise great returns. They're essentially like EMI schemes, and many reputed jewelers as well, like the Tanishq Golden Harvest scheme, do offer such saving options, for investors and for gold buyers. The question is, which ones are worthy of an investment? They all come with different options. They all come with different terms and conditions. So how should you judge which one's the best for you? And are they eventually more glitter than gold? Let's try and understand that with Harshvardhan Roongta of Financial Suraksha. Harsh, thank you so much for joining us on the Money Show on our Spend with TMS segment. So tell us about these deposit schemes. I mean, of course, they all differ from jeweler to jeweler and store to store. But I mean, would you recommend any of our viewers give those a look, give their jewelers' plans a look, consider them for an investment or for as a gold saving scheme?
Well, Mobina, when you look at these schemes, the orientation of these schemes is essentially an advance purchase that you're doing. So as a jeweler, what he or she is offering you is a simple solution, saying that if in case you wish to buy a piece of jewelry, say probably 1 year from now, there are different ways people save up to it. So you could have one that you put your money into recurring deposits every month. After 12 months, you get that back with interest, and that you can then use it to buy a piece of jewelry. What jewelers try and do is try and engage with the customer then and there itself and say, why don't you commit to buy from me after 12 months? And in that process, if you're committing, so you start with your installment as you would do probably in a recurring deposit or anywhere else, and the 12th installment, the last installment, either they will completely bear that entire 12th installment, or they'll give you a discount on the last installment, or maybe they will give you incentive in the form of saying that we will not charge you any making charges, and we will give you in some form a discount for you having committed yourself for over the last 12 months to buy a piece of jewelry from this particular jeweler. So there is a bit of a difference between the two. And as you said, there are different schemes offered by different jewelers. So and probably a customer would need to go through all those different kind of options that are available and choose the one that he or she likes.
So Harsh, like you mentioned, it's almost like an EMI, right? I mean, you're paying for 11 months of sorts, and you'll get the 12th month free, or you have to pay for all 12 months, you'll get the making charges free, so on and so forth. So wouldn't it be similar to, like you mentioned, a recurring deposit? In which case, why don't I just choose a recurring deposit, and then at the end when I get my money, just buy gold? I mean, how do the two essentially differ, and what would you recommend then that viewers choose?
Yeah, so Mubina, it's a very valid point. So let's look at the underlying intent of the person trying to save money or buy this piece of jewelry after 12 months. The idea is that you have a source of income which is coming in every month. So you're saying to yourself that I want to park certain amount of it away and keep it aside somewhere wherein I can accumulate this money and then go and buy something for myself. So one option, of course, is that you go and put in a recurring deposit wherein a fixed rate of interest is what you will get, and after 12 months you can use that money to buy whatever you wish, be it gold, be it anything else for that matter. And whereas if you're committing yourself to a gold saving scheme kind of a thing by a jeweler, you're tying yourself to that fact that after 12 months, whether you've changed your mind or not, you will be buying a piece of gold or a piece of jewelry, and from the same jeweler, so you don't even have a choice to go to somebody else. So and in the bargain, where in the first option you were getting interest from a bank or a post office, or you're getting interest on a recurring deposit, in this case also you get a return, of about 7 to 10% or 12% for that matter, which is waived off in the kind of making charges being waived off or any discount being given to you. So essentially it's the same thing. Now if you ask me honestly, what should a person do? Well, if you do a fixed deposit or a recurring deposit or any of those kinds, you have the liberty to change your mind, and after 12 months, in case you've just decided I don't want to buy this piece of jewelry which you originally intended, you can still use that money for something else. Whereas in the case of investing or through this gold saving scheme with a jeweler, you have committed yourself, and that is what you will have to do 12 months from now. So clearly there's an advantage for a customer to keep the money with himself through a recurring deposit and choose what to do after 12 months.
So basically, unless a piece of jewelry that you've seen at a store has really caught your fancy, and you're totally committed to it, you're sure you'll like it even 12 months later, it's better that you just go in for a recurring deposit or any other bank schemes. Now, of course, the more scarier question, and that is, if in case, yes, you do want to go for a gold scheme, how do you rely on the jeweler? Because, in just these last 3-4 months, not only have we seen the smaller guys, scams break out in the smaller guys, but even something like a Goodwin Jewelers, which was not that, unknown. I mean, it was a decently reputed name. So, when should you know that you should run from a scheme that's being offered from a jeweler? How do you separate the legit and the genuine guys from, the so-called fraudsters?
Yeah, so Mubina, it's actually a very tricky situation because until something happens, you really don't estimate or even expect a medium or a large size jeweler to also, go belly up. So it's a very tricky question. You really don't know what will happen until it happens. So even if you want to go about doing it, I think it's better to stick to the trusted and the established players. Like you spoke about, the Tanishq has a particular scheme or two maybe in that particular segment. So branded and established names like from the Tatas, if you have Titan by backing it, the Tanishq, so at least you will not be under the pressure that Tanishq will close down overnight. And similarly, if there are other names with the same caliber and establishment and the trust over the years, I think that's the only solution that you have to protect yourself, because any other form, I mean, you don't really know what's going to happen in future. I mean, it would be most ideal. How do you see on these white goods and the consumer goods? You actually buy the product and then you pay in EMI. In this case, you're paying EMIs and going to get it at the end of 12 months. Imagine a situation had it been the other way around. You like a piece of jewelry, you pick it up and the jeweler allows you to pay over next 12 months. I mean, that would be an ideally gold saving scheme in its ideal form of instigating a customer to buy instantly, which is not the case, unfortunately.
Okay. All right. So, Harsh, if gold schemes sometimes can get a bit tricky, you don't know whether you can rely on the jeweler, what are the other saving options then? Let's say if I need the jewelry 1 year later, what are the other saving options then that you recommend our viewers? I know that you love the sovereign gold bond scheme. The most recent tranche is just closed, but we will get one in Jan as well. But let's say if I need it in the next 12 months, I mean, do you think it's still a good option for me?
Well, see, if you need to buy something after 12 months, which is in the form of jewelry itself, I mean, you rather try and hedge yourself against the fluctuation in gold prices. So that is what you're trying to do, because if you like something today and if it costs, say, about 30 or 40,000 rupees today, I mean, you don't really know what the gold price will be after 12 months. So if buying a jewelry and insulating yourself from gold price fluctuations, then you will have to invest your money into anything which has gold as a backup. So it could be sovereign gold bonds, but of course liquidity is an issue with that unless you are okay to sell it on the exchange. Or you could put your money into a gold mutual fund for that matter. So at least the prices price fluctuation with respect to gold is taken care of. And at the end of 12 months, you can simply sell that gold fund and at a market price after 12 months, and then buy something at that point in time from a jeweler. So at least from the gold price fluctuation point of view, you're insulated. But of course, I mean, I'm coming back to the same point, whether you should subscribe to a scheme like this by a jeweler. Be very careful. I mean, sometimes you could get a very attractive scheme, and just because it's very attractive does not mean that you have to go for it. So it's not a discount that you looked at and you bought a piece of jewelry. You're buying because you really want to buy. Even if you get a 5% return instead of a 10%, I don't think it's really going to make a lot of difference.
Okay, all right. But again, coming back to locking in the price, I don't think with I think 3,800 rupees also people may want to lock it in because prices have gone so high, and hence I think these schemes all the more sound very attractive. Okay, all right, Harsha, thank you so much then for joining in on this edition of our Spend with EMS segment. And for all our viewers, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Do send in your comments or feedback on the Money Show at etnow.tv. For now, we'll wrap it up.